Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here in June. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Are you feeling charitable this Sunday? Then please smash the subscribe button and the like button, and please do follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mag. Take a look at this from the light cast. This is really good. Watch this.
Solid painting design, fabric mesh skin suit. So it's an actual practical suit. There's solid plating, and then green highlighting are protruding through it, basically, and it's projecting outwards. If you've never seen Green Lantern, one of the best shows you should watch was, I think it was First Flight, Hal Jordan's story. I think that's a very great animated film. And then we have here, which is the suit. There it is. It was in the background. And then you see the Aquaman suit. And then you see, I don't know who that is, but it looks like a bust of some kind. And then this is a Green Lantern suit.
Timeline people.
Wow! Did you see that Green Lantern suit? It is a practical suit, not a CGI suit. Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to rock. And we are going to have things done the right way. I don't know why I keep on going like this. Anyway, it's the excitement. We are getting Zack Snyder's full vision, Zack Snyder's trilogy. Of course, it's not a trilogy of movies because we are getting a proper streaming service TV show called Zack Snyder's Justice League. We already know when all the DC and Warner Brothers executives went round to see Zack, he had already prepared cliffhangers, episodes for them to kind of see a little bit of and to see his plans for this. They didn't spend 6 months discussing just releasing the Snyder Cut. This is a brand new HBO series. Yes, Zack Snyder's Justice League will have the HBO treatment. It's going to be like you're watching Game of Thrones every week, but it's Zack Snyder's Justice League. Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to be a high-octane, high-budgeted streaming television series. And before you all say, we want it in the theatre, why should these actors just be on streaming? Streaming is the biggest thing in the world now. These shows are as big and are as invested in as cinematic theatrical movies now. So there's not a worry now. Right, for the people saying that there's no reshoots and things like this, right, Zack Snyder himself had a picture of a clapperboard and saying, in the unlikely event we get to see the movie and that there would be reshoots or whatever he said, you would be able, as the winner of the art competition, come and visit the set and talk to everyone involved. That's a fact. That's what's happening. We are going to get the scary idea Zack Snyder spoke about at SnyderCon. This is extremely, very, very exciting for me and every single fan. This is what we want. This is what we dreamed about as small girls and small boys, right? Yes, girls love Zack Snyder too. Girls love DC too. Just as many girls as us boys, right? So stop screaming toxic fanboys, right? None of us are toxic. We're passionate. We care, and that's it, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. We are getting this, right? Now, we've already had this discussion about the 30 million investment is absolute bullshit, right? You're looking at a high-invested, high-level HBO streaming service television show, right? Every week, people see an episode, they're going to be going, oh my God, did you see Zack Snyder's Justice League this week? You remember how they used to do it with Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead? When The Walking Dead used to be good, though, apparently it's getting good again. People used to say, oh my God, OMFG, did you see The Walking Dead this week? Did you see Game of Thrones? Oh my God, did you see what happened to Tyrion? This is what you're going to get with this show. This isn't a limited thing. This will go on and on. It will have seasons. It's going to be massive. The mainstream are going to love it. Us Snyder fans, us Snyder DCEU fans are going to love it. This is a massive thing. These are not films. This is, as I say, a high-octane, high-invested television streaming, straight-to-streaming TV series, right? This is a massive project. And this is why they're investing more than 30 million. This is what the broadsheets and Access Media won't tell you. This is what Access Media maybe know or don't know. They don't seem to know very much. because comicbook.com is reporting that Henry Cavill himself has to do reshoots because so they don't have the Tash thing. Oh my God. The man filmed Henry's scenes, right? But that's just one chapter. And Henry, yes, is contracted now. That's why he was on Snyder's Zoom, right? Should we call it that? Because he's already signed and sealed and delivered for this high-octane Zack Snyder's Justice League straight-to-streaming TV series. This is what we're getting. We are going to get something special. Yes, once upon a time, this vision was meant to be for cinema, and now it's not, but it's just going to be just as cinematic. Now, I apologise. When this rumour came out just before the announcement, I was going, oh, Film Gob, oh, John Aaron Garza, oh, David Pina, why are they saying this? They think they're so much better than us. I apologise to you guys. I apologise. Again, you were right. You obviously got a funnel of information, and I will be more charitable to whatever you say in future. It's a very passionate, but this is the thing. This is why there's infighting. It's a passionate subject, right? You know, we love DC, we love these characters, and we're excited to see Zack's proper vision. And there's people all over the shop who used to hate Zack and Man of Steel and things like that. I saw a video of someone apologising, saying, I've watched this film again, and wow, the commentary, the hidden meanings, the visuals, which are obviously great whether you hate the film or not. But when you hate something and you're trying to convince other people to hate it, you don't want to really talk about the good stuff. But it's all good. It's all delicious, right? And so be prepared for Zack Snyder's Justice League straight-to-streaming television series, which is going to be bigger than it ever was going to be. So where does this leave David Ayer's Suicide Squad? We are going to discuss it and read out a volume of tweets that he put out. He will not stop. He is not backing down. Literally, I'm thinking, right, because in Cyprus, 4 in the afternoon, it's like morning in the US, right? So I'm thinking, ooh, what's David going to tweet today? And he didn't let me down. We're starting on this, let's call it the David Ayer Show from now on. I'm just going to quote tweet everything with the David Ayer Show. He'll probably block me, so I better not do that. I can't afford to be blocked by him. I may have already been muted. I think he may have said something ages ago I didn't agree with. But I love David Ayer. I'm a big fan, and I want to see his vision of Suicide Squad. So, Mahdi, a tweeter, asked this. Tell us the story here, Mr. David Ayer Movies. Now, look, we have two pictures, a lighter Joker and a darker Joker. And this is what David had to say. This was reshot because the tone was too dark. My first act was a normally constructed film. I took my inspiration from Nolan. Wow. There were real scenes with incredible acting between Jared and Margot. Joker was terrifying. Harley was complex. You know what, right? When you see, there's a little extended cut, as we know, right, of Suicide Squad, which we've already got, I'm sure. And the stuff between Robbie and Leto is so powerful, and I want to see that. So let's scroll up. Right, now we've got another tweeter, Tuefel Shuffle. Sorry, I destroyed your name. The I Started a Joke trailer is the greatest isolated piece of SS content. Right, what does David say about that? This trailer nailed the tone and intention of the film I made. Methodical, layered, complex, beautiful and sad. After BBS reviews shell-shocked the leadership at the time and the success of Deadpool, my soulful drama was beaten into a comedy. A comedy I didn't find funny at all, by the way. It's interesting because when I saw the original Suicide Squad, the theatrical release, it doesn't seem that's what they're trying to do. But obviously, just imagine how compelling his version of the movie is for him to actually say this. These are mighty, mighty truth bombs. He's saying what we saw is not his. It's not his. I think they reshot without him. I'm convinced. Very interesting. Right, we go on. Saf194. Yo, Saf1, if you're watching this. At David Ayer Movies, sir, how long is your cut? Don't worry about running time. It's about how the story is told. Absolutely. But let's hope it's a good 3 hours, right? Too dark. What else would people expect from the Joker of all people? Release the haircut. That's from Amari Daniels. Yo, Amari, right. Now, this is brilliant from David Ayer. Imagine if Todd Phillips' film The Joker was reshot and recut because it was too dark. This is exactly what happened to Suicide Squad. Anyone who says my cut did not work owes me to say it directly to me. Wow. You know, these are very strong words. These are truth bombs. And he can say it now because the leadership has changed, as he does say later on down these threads. Absolutely. This is just great stuff. This is not rumours. This is not broadsheets. This is not media. This is not access media. This is the man who made the film talking himself. And that's absolutely fantastic. Right, now we have Majid Patel replying to David Ayer Movies. David Ayer Movies, what is the purpose of Deadpool's mask? If everyone in the squad, as well as Rick Flag, knows who he is, does it give him strength or motivation? It's bulletproof, David replies. Has comms to listen to scanners, which we kind of already knew, thermal imaging, and Bluetooth for those long calls while you're getting the bad guys. Brilliant. Right, this is from VKT at Hitman96. 9696. David, you nailed it with the Deadpool comment. I've always said the worst thing that happened to DC movies was the timing around the Deadpool release. Very true. Every single hack reviewer used it as a benchmark for CBMs and didn't allow to create its own voice. It created an incredible distortion in the CBM space. DC is doing great now. DC is a darker, more psychologically realistic universe. Lean in and love it. Absolutely. And this is what these hacks, as we call it. Look, Sujihara was under a hell of a lot of pressure. Now, if they stuck with Zack's and David's vision, by now people would have got this franchise and these characters, and it would have been bigger than anything out there right now, but they lost their nerve. Now, I'm not saying I don't know if I would have lost my nerve. Sujihara was under, limitless pressure. And, from shareholders that wanted the DC cinematic universe to make top dollar. So the decisions he made were pure, blatantly, morally wrong. But I don't know if I was under that kind of pressure and scrutiny what I would do. But absolutely, the whole thing was a mistake. And yeah, the Deadpool thing, right? This is what I hate as well from Access Media. As soon as something works, right, they say that every movie should be like it. So after The Dark Knight, every movie should be dark, right? After Avengers, every movie should be light, funny, and family friendly, like Avengers. How about people make the vision that suits the characters? Some things can be light and some things can be dark. Some films can be dark and light, right? It kind of works, right? This is from Condor, El Condoro. Does your cut connect to Suicide Squad to the invasion in Justice League, or did you end up shooting only the version against the Enchantress's creatures? The script did. It was rewritten to remove the new God's elements. Wow, he's really dishing out the truths here. So we don't get to see, right? Look, does your cut content Suicide Squad to the invasion of JL? Right. So look, now I'm hearing this, right, and I've read this before, but we're talking together as friends and fellow fans, right? He needs to do his own reshoots. This film, again, we could get David Ayer's The Suicide Squad TV miniseries. These are great opportunities. This is not just about a film. This is expanding the vision. There's money to be made here. Right, this is from Tim Yoko. If we get to see at David Ayer Movies' intended vision for Suicide Squad, I'm sure I will love what he was trying to do with character and tone, but I will still appreciate the energy and soundtrack from the theatrical cut. I will get enjoyment in different ways from both cuts. Well, I do like that. Oh, what does Chris Wong Svensson say? He's commented underneath. Same here, I enjoyed the theatrical, especially the extended, but definitely looking forward to David Ayer Movies' cut. I couldn't agree more. This theatrical did incredible business, introduced new characters to the fans, and was a fun summer movie. It was an incredible journey for which I am eternally grateful. Right, well, that was very, very nice of David to say. Right, here, what we got here. I don't mean dark realistic, but human. What I love about DC is that they are gods, but with human problems. Batman is tormenting Supes, is the last son of a planet. Wonder Woman, an isolated that becomes independent, and so on. It's not a bunch of scientists telling jokes. Yes, well done, Tiago Obi. That's that super fake Diesel. Yes, DC characters are complex and have souls like ours. They are all dealing with pain and loss and choose to do the right thing, nevertheless. Exactly how I see it, exactly. David Ayer has a great handle on these characters, right? And this is how the project and the piece should have been executed, which he did execute it that way, but they didn't like it. Right. Please allow creative freedom. That's from Super Duke 2. And he just does two hands together. Respect. Oh, yeah. No. Let's start again. I misread that. Please allow creative freedom. And this is what he says. They do. They absolutely do. This was just a moment in the past. Those involved have moved on. The studio is in a great place today and encouraging filmmakers to make their vision, which means he kind of is involved with them. Although he's doing, I forgot the film he was doing. He's doing a remake of something. I forgot what it's called. So maybe that's what it's all about. Is it Warner Brothers? I don't know. Anyway, we move on. Now, so basically, it's really funny because Grace Randolph, as usual, gets herself into the conversation because we all know that Zack Snyder's Justice League and David Ayer's Suicide Squad is the only trending entertainment event at the moment. So she did a video basically saying that she doesn't want to see David Ayer's Suicide Squad before Zack Snyder's Justice League. And her explanation for this is if David Ayer's Suicide Squad sucks, it could echo down on Zack Snyder's Justice League. This has to be the most contrite logic I've ever heard, Grace, right? First of all, David Ayer's Suicide Squad narratively comes before Zack Snyder's Justice League, and we must see that film before. It's vitally important. So basically, it's really funny. So she is involved in a conversation with David Ayer, and she says, I definitely want to see that as well, but after. Grace, I don't mind if my cut is seen in 5 years. I simply want the best version of my work represented. Zack deserves this wonderful, wonderful opportunity he's been given by HBO Max and AT&T. It's all love, right? So basically, we should just watch films the way Grace Randolph tells us to. Again, I'd love to talk to the woman on here. It would be amazing. She's a fascinating character. But at the end of the day, right, she inserts herself in conversations and she's smart. She's clever. She's just broadening, she's just broadening her content. This is a trending event. She's involved in it. And she's one of those people who goes to a kid's party and bursts their balloons. And this is what she's trying to do. But guess what? Nobody is listening to Grace Randolph. We will get David Ayer's Suicide Squad, and we need to get it before Justice League. Right. Then we got a very toxic tweet from Mika Shea. Mika Shea, right. David enabling toxic fanboys fun. Right. How? By articulating my truth, by being loyal to my vision. I understand that much larger social dynamics are always at play with everything. Be peace. That's David responding, right. That's the universe that's more interesting. I always said Warner Media, AT&T, are in a superb position to paint a broader brush. They haven't set a family-only tone. I like the Mouse Company has. Also, Also, Marvel are doing their thing. Why would fans want another tone like that? Good point. It's an incredible opportunity to capitalise assets that otherwise rot in a vault. Audiences want a fractal look at their favourite stories and characters. That's from David Ayer. Another hater, Justice League had an entire change in director and plot details. Suicide Squad's editor might have changed, but Trailer Park was still working with footage filmed under Ayer's control. David just replies, wrong. So basically, they took his movie and they rejigged the whole thing. That's interesting. And that, my friends, is what David Ayer has been saying about his Suicide Squad movie, and it's phenomenal. So what do we do with a problem with like David Ayer's Suicide Squad. Well, we release it, but there's another opportunity here to change this into a proper running TV series. I doubt that will actually happen. I think Zack's is a bigger project and a project more people will be into. I think we're just going to get David Ayer's vision of this film, and I'm all good with that. But if it turned into a major project and a major straight-to-streaming TV show, I would be excited about that too. So we live in very exciting times, but also let's just remember that right now in America, people are rioting all over that country and burning down police stations, and they're doing it for a reason. They're doing it because they are not treated fairly, and I don't know what it's like. I've lived a very, very good life. My parents were wealthy. They looked after us. I was never on the streets. I never was arrested for the colour of my skin. I was approached once, by the way. Me and my friends were accused of robbing a sports store, and we didn't do anything, right? And basically just because we were young, and they checked our IDs and everything. It was terrible. So just experiencing that little thing, I don't know what it's like, but it must be terrible. And when you've got, basically, the problem is, and I know I'm going into something else here, but I think it's important just to talk about this and touch on this, because as important as DC is to me, it's also important to focus when the world is burning down around us. COVID-19 and this situation, right? Normally you would have a president who calms it down and says, listen, I understand what's going on. We will make America better again. We will heal these wounds. Not this guy. This guy's going, we're going to send the army. If they want the army, it's ready for them. How can there be any healing, right? You've literally got Mr. Burns running America, and it's ridiculous. And this, my friends, was always going to happen, and it's going to happen in the UK. Two countries who've always believed they were superpowers, and now their extremism is going to bite them on the bum, and innocent people are being hurt, while the rich and powerful sit in an oxygen chamber and make a few hashtags. That's not going to make a difference. Anyway, everyone, apart from that, what's going on in the real world, isn't it great that we have got escapism to kind of get away from that sometimes? And I believe Zack Snyder's Justice League is a bigger project than anyone actually knows it's going to be. I'm extremely excited for the future of all of this, because, it's something we didn't have to look forward to 6 weeks ago. All of a sudden, the dceu is looking a lot more bigger and expansive than ever. And finally today, we're talking about Superman casting, and potentially recasting Superman is a big job. Now, I've already explained to you that J.J. Abrams will cast a brand new Superman actor, while Henry Cavill continues in this straight-to-streaming TV series, this massive project of Zack Snyder's Justice League. So, who are they going to cast? Well, maybe we'll talk about an actor a day. Now, we got to look at links to JJ himself as well, and who he's worked with. And one of the actors, of course, he casted in The Force Awakens, and of course that actor was in the rest of the sequel trilogy, Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, is Oscar Isaacs. And someone asked me this question: would Oscar Isaacs make a good Superman? And how do you feel with someone who's not totally kind of white American playing this role? I am absolutely fine with Oscar Isaacs. Oscar Isaacs is a great actor. I don't know how tall he is. That's the only thing. He looks pretty cool. But if you're asking me, would Oscar Isaacs make a great Superman? Absolutely yes. You can take my money now. You can inject that man into my veins, right? I would absolutely be more than fine with Oscar Isaacs playing Superman and Clark Kent. He is one of the great actors, and great actors have always played Superman. George Reeves, Christopher Reeve, Henry Cavill. Tom Welling was very rough at first, but he became a great actor and really did the character justice. So we've always had really, really good, talented people playing Clark, a.k.a. Kal, a.k.a. Superman. And I think if it was announced tomorrow that Oscar Isaacs was playing Superman, I would absolutely be down with that. But what do you think? Please comment down below. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow with even more DCEU Daily. See you again soon.